Longmont, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Their regular milk stout was recommended to me by a friend, and while Jade and I were traveling to California, we had a layover there, and I found one, and I slammed it, and it was delicious. It is also probably the fastest beer I've ever had, going down in probably close to 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Then we had to go, otherwise we'd be late. So this is a variant of that with raspberry, which is my favorite fruit.
If you didn't notice that by now, you should have.
Because it's the best.
Yeah,
Fight me.
I'm not trying to fight you. I don't love any fruit enough to argue with you about that.
They're very upfront about what it is. It's a stout with raspberries added. Boom.
That's it.
It's like the chocolate candy with the fruit middle insides.
Like a cordial?
Mm-hmm. Those are fucking good. What do you think about that beer, JD?
It's pretty good. It's a 5.7%. It is thick. It's got like a malty coffee thing to it. I like it. It's good. It's seasonal. It's a special beer. You gotta get it while you can.
All right. Well, we're going to get a refill, and we'll be back right after this.
And we're back. So, Verna tells Richard that she's about at her limit with all this shit. She's struggling with the fact that he was at her sister's burial and she wasn't, and if it were up to her, she would let him die in madness, but it's not her choice, it's the Creator's. He has called her to help, and she has to help.
But I call bullshit because you keep stabbing everybody, Verna, so don't be mad at me about that. You did that. Like, you actually physically did that.
Yeah. You had some free will, because, like, you used it to kill the people.
Right.
But Richard apologizes to her, and she scolds him some more. Like, she doesn't let it drop, even after he's like, whoa, I get it. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you actually cared after you killed the people, because, like, I thought that you wanted them dead, because, like, you killed them.
Because you looked so fucking heartless, and you were stone cold in the way you went about it. Sorry, I didn't realize you were having emotions then.
So then he apologizes again, and then she just drives the point home even more. And then she tells him they will soon be in an even more dangerous area, and he has to fucking listen. They have arrangements with those people, and he can make some big trouble.
Like she was saying, this is a dangerous area. Normally, there's 3 sisters. So, it's only her, and apparently Richard, who is not... I mean, that's not nothing. I feel like Verna keeps saying stuff like that. Hey, normally there's 3 sisters, and it's only me keeping you safe right now, but Richard is just as capable. Maybe he doesn't have the magic, he can't, like, you know, do whatever. But, like, he's still Richard. He still has the sword of truth, and he's still a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I think she's talking like he is a child. Like, she keeps treating him like a child. He can't help, but he is there. He can help. Evident by the fact that she keeps telling him to do all the shit. Like, she expected him to murder whoever popped up. Even though she did it in the end, her plan was to have Richard murder the person.
Right. She wasn't going to get her hands dirty. And
she wants him to start the fires and deal with the horses. So, while she, with her words, keeps acting like he's a child, with her actions, she proves that she needs his ass and she knows he's capable.
That's true.
But after she tells him that he's going to regret it if he pulls the sword on her again, Verna makes a comment about how Mord Sith do not have a monopoly on the pain. And this comment pretty much seals shit for Richard. Because up until now, he's been, like, giving them the benefit of the doubt that in the end, maybe they're not the bad people. Maybe they're really going to try to help him. Maybe the collar isn't so evil, but it is.
Yeah, they can totally use it to give him pain, which was the ultimate thing he was afraid of in the first place.
And that they're going to use it that way. They're going to use pain to train him. Like the Mord Sith did.
So the veil is completely off now. He sees. He's fucked.
Yeah. He fully sees what her intentions are, and he's like, cool, great, now I know. I wasn't wrong for being suspicious.
And now I'm super happy that I've been giving you all the shit that I've been giving you. Yeah, once we get there, I'm in trouble, but until then.
But Verna tells Richard that she still has shit to do, and he needs to go bury the body and make sure it won't be found, and then take a walk and cool off. I wasn't really sure what the plan was if Richard wasn't going to go bury the body, because he was the one that suggested that he wanted to, right?
Yeah, this wasn't a punishment thing. This was just Richard feels bad because Verna killed this woman, and he is still not 100% convinced that she was going to hurt him. So now he feels like there needs to be reverence when this person's buried, and like respects, I guess you could say, need to be paid.
I just thought it was funny then that she was like, you need to go bury it and make sure it won't be found. Well, what the fuck were you going to do? Were you just going to leave it laying here? Or was the plan always for me to go bury it and make sure it wasn't going to be found?
Right. No, Richard chose to do that. The question that popped in my mind, oddly enough, is that could he have tested the Sword of Truth on the body to see whether or not they were still innocent or guilty?
It kind of goes by your preference.
That's true.
Or your perspective, rather.
Your perception of that person,
yes,
is what kind of determines if you think they're guilty or not.
Yeah,
and it'll also listen to your subconscious, but it's not by any means proof. That's why it's dangerous.
Yeah.
No, so you're right. That wouldn't work.
But he could have used it as proof to Verna and be like, "See, I can't even fucking stab her."
He wouldn't touch her with it. Be like, "There you go,
innocent." But Verna tells him if he's not calm and back when she's ready to take off, she's going to use a collar to bring him back. So it definitely is fully out on the table now that, like, the collar is used to fucking get you to come if I tell you to come, or jump if I tell you to jump.
Even though you're choosing to come with me right now, you're not actually choosing to come with me, because if you decided you didn't want to, I could still make you.
Right. Which is why all of his protests about being a prisoner are actually, like, totally correct.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. He doesn't have a choice. Yeah. That's why she, was saying, "Oh, I need a friend right now, and you want to come with me to this cool magical place where we'll teach you how to be a fucking wizard," because who wouldn't want that? It would be easy to go with her, but just in case you get that one asshole guy, or in our case, love him to death, but Richard, who doesn't want to go with you, then you have an ace in your pocket.
Like, thinking about this, when he's an adult and can fight back is one thing. Thinking about a child in this same situation, I think, takes us to a totally different level. Number one, they can be easier manipulated, so all of her kindness and all that shit is really gonna sink into a little kid's malleable brain.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Miss Verna. But when they disobey, they get pain in the collar, like a 10-year-old. If he's like, "No, I don't want to get the fucking fire. You're an adult-ass woman. Make the fire." She's gonna fucking give him pain through the neck. Not that a kid should be that
That's
disrespectful,
2 for swearing.
but yeah. That's fucked up.
Yeah, no, it's totally fucked up. I mean, spankings and wooden spoons aside, a magical collar to bring Mord Sith-esque pain to a 10-year-old is extreme.
Yeah. I mean,
not good.
It's fucked up thinking about it with Richard. It's a totally different level with the kid. I keep forgetting that. Every once in a while, I try to put him in their position.
Maybe they can turn it down for a little kid. Like, it's capable of so much more, but I don't know.
No, I'm sure they can. I just still...
But they probably don't. Those bitches.
So Richard takes off to go bury this woman, and the ground is too rocky for him to do so. So as he's thinking about what he's going to do with her, he starts to swat at these bugs that are biting him, because he hasn't figured out that we don't swat at bugs anymore.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. Kaylin would have reminded you to not fucking do that.
Well, he should definitely be carrying some off.
Well, it can't hurt. If I was Richard right here, and I know that, well, spoiler alert, guys, fucking Gars use blood flies to track prey, I would never, ever, ever not be aware of the fact of a fly around me, ever. I would be so fucking paranoid. Every fly, is that a Gar? Is that a Gar? To the point where I wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
Is that the sound of wings? Oh, shit. No, it's just a weed whacker.
Right.
Right. So, of course, it's a giant short-tailed gar. It's been following them, and it goes for Richard. Richard is knocked down a couple times. He ends up putting his sword through the thing's chest, and it falls backwards, snapping its fucking wings.
Yeah, it was kind of gross.
Yeah, the whole little fight scene happens, and that was the biggest thing I took away. I was like, really, Terry? You had to include the fact that this fucking animal falls backwards and snaps its... Ew. Ew.
You don't think about that very often, but yeah.
No, yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, no.
So, this part of the chapter is super duper sad, but it's also super duper happy for me. Because Richard hears a tiny little wail, and then he turns to see a little baby gar.
It's a baby gar.
Baby gar. And it runs out to clutch its dying mom.
Oh, shit. You mean the thing that I just stabbed?
Yeah.
Through the chest with a sword.
And then snapped its wings.
Boy, don't you feel like a dick now.
Yeah, I think it's the definition of don't you feel like a dick now.
Am I the asshole? Yes.
Yes.
You're the asshole.
So she holds him close before looking at her baby, and then Richard, it's a whole moment thing where she's like pleading with him without saying anything.
And he just feels worse and worse.
And then she dies. And the sweet little baby is like sobbing, and Richard decides, well, he's got to kill it, right? Because it's the gar. So he pulls back the sword, and the little gar just won't leave its mom. It's not going to run. It's not going to do anything. It's just going to sit there and cry and be murdered.
Yeah, and just let Richard kill him.
And as he's looking at it, its little green eyes pop over the wing as it's trying to, like, protect itself a little bit. And he just can't do it.
Oh, damn it, you're cute. Fuck.
And I kind of wondered if the fact that its eyes were green like Kaylin's made a difference.
Oh, I don't know. I just figured it was a furry little thing, so he was like, ha 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 ha, like people do.
Yeah, like a little kitten that's looking up at you like, oh, please don't hurt me.
You couldn't imagine of hurting it. Like, yeah, a cat's a perfect example because a cat can fuck you up.
Yeah.
We got one literally feet from where we're sitting right now. He is a little tiny death machine. But he's just adorable, and also you couldn't imagine hurting him. Like,
no.
You just want to pet him. I shouldn't have done that. Jade's going to be distracted now. But yeah, like you feel bad for him. You don't want him to hurt or feel pain. He's just a cute little thing. Right.
So you can understand why Richard is like, okay, no, I'll let you starve to death instead. And he grabs the dead woman and goes to bury her, ignoring the cries of the little gar, just sobbing all over its mother that he just murdered.
Such a dick move. No, I'll let you live. I just killed your mom in the only way that you have to survive out here. And now I'm leaving.
Yeah. Well, and at this point, he knows the sword wouldn't even... This is kind of what you were talking about a minute ago. The sword wouldn't have even worked against the little guy because he was innocent.
Yeah, but I mean... Turn it white, right? Like, get it done. If it's really for the greater good, I feel like the sword would allow him to do that.
Apparently, the gar is cute enough to save, but not cute enough to waste the white magic on it. Because that's like what he said. He didn't want to go through that for a gar.
Nah. If it was a person, maybe, but...
Yeah, can you imagine if this was a real life baby?
Oh, no. No, thank you.
So, as he is, like, walking and listening to the horrible little cries, he sees two male gars. I don't know if he saw the dangly bits or what, but he knows they're males for some reason, and they're flying across the sky, and...
That's how. He just looked up and went, oh, yeah.
Those are big.
Males for sure.
And for a second, he thinks that they're going to save the baby. But then he realizes, no, they're going to eat the baby.
He has one of those good old damn it, Carl moments.
Yes.
Fuck. I didn't want to kill it. I was just going to let it. I mean, I left it in peace. It was
Nature.
fine. I